I had been taught to look at the world in a certain way, the way that the media teaches us, the way that my parents had taught us. And all of a sudden, I was given this new paradigm and perspective of how to view why things are the way they are and what makes them the way they are. Women's and Gender Studies is a very complex study because it encompasses so much. I think of it more as the study of oppression because we don't just focus on women and we don't just focus on gender or the two of them. We also discuss classism and racism and sexism and sizeism and homophobia, so we discuss all different types of oppression. I think the most challenging part about the program is that there is an expectation that you will take what's learned and make it practical. One of the required courses for the major involves a practicum experience, which is work that's required and done primarily outside of class time. So I went over to the Cheshire County Jail and led a discussion group with a group of male inmates on gender. The discussion group at the county jail was a little bit intimidating at first just because I didn't know what to expect. But it ended up being this really powerful experience where I got to hear the voices of some of the community members who have somehow harmed our community and landed themselves in the prison industrial complex, and talk to them about things that some of them had thought about and some of them hadn't. One of the topics that we discussed was gender in the media, and one of the inmates came to that discussion group having watched the Schindler's List on USA, and he had written about every single commercial and what the gender roles were in the commercial. Other people were kind of shocked by that and didn't really, they were like, whoa, like, this is a lot to think about. But even still, through the course of the semester, I saw as these men started to realize, wait a minute, maybe things aren't quite as they seem. Maybe gender roles don't need to be as stringent as they are. And some of them who only came for the last week or two said that they were really disappointed that they had been too sort of timid to come before because of the fact that they knew it was about gender, and that sort of threw them. With the students in the department, I have gotten really close with a lot of them because we go to the same speakers at the end of the day when there are guest speakers on campus, and we work together with faculty members to bring speakers that we're interested in. Because it's such a small major at this point, we're all taking the same required classes at the same time, and we have the opportunity to really get to know one another. When your class is 10 students, you work very closely with all of the kids in the class, and everybody is expected to give their input, and everybody is expected to respectfully take what other people say, even if they don't agree, and to have respectful conversations about that. Women's and Gender Studies is thought of as a female major, only for women students. But the reality is, everybody has a gender, be it within the binary or not. And large groups of people that consist of people of multiple identities face oppression. Women's and Gender Studies has the title Women's and Gender Studies because it originated from the female perspective on these issues. And most of the theorists, but not all, are female. But that doesn't mean that men shouldn't join the major. I think that the department would benefit if we had a more homogeneous mix of male and female students, because we would get the male perspective, which is important. It's a study about society and a study about the oppression within society. And men are a part of society. So that's something that sometimes does feel like it's lacking in class because there aren't as many male students in women's and gender studies courses.